is the top 5 mistakes to avoid when buying a property in Ontario.
So the first mistake, and I see this all the time, and the reason most of the time is just pressure.
So what is a firm offer?
A firm offers would be exactly that. It's firm, right? There's no conditions.
Are there any other mistakes that you feel like people should avoid when it comes to...
Another big one is either underestimating or not fully understanding the closing costs. I think the last one is not planning financing properly.
Welcome to Dhanju Law Podcast. Today, we're interviewing Navneet Dhanju. Thank you so much for letting me host your podcast.
Of course.
I know last time we spoke about your background, so today I really want to dive into your day-to-day as a lawyer. So the topic for today is the top 5 mistakes to avoid when buying a property in Ontario.
Yeah, and that's a great topic. It's number one, everybody at some point pretty much buys a property, right? So these are mistakes that I see a lot, things I saw even before I was licensed as a lawyer. I saw these mistakes. I made these mistakes purchasing property.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to be ashamed of, but I do feel like people should know.
Yeah.
Right? So this is why we're here.
Exactly.
Okay?
You are right.
Yeah. So the first mistake, and I see this all the time, and the reason most of the time is just pressure, right? They feel pressure either from the seller, or they feel pressure from their real estate agent, or just depending on the market. You know, they really want the property and they can't take the risk of not getting it because it just seems like their dream home.
Yeah.
Right? But the bigger risk is submitting a firm offer.
So what is a firm offer?
A firm offers would be exactly that. It's firm, right? There's no conditions. So you can't back out.
Yeah.
All right? You got nothing to rely on. Once that goes in, once the seller accepts, it's firm, it's binding, and they can come after you if you later decide you don't want to purchase this property.
Yeah, so it's serious. So
yes.
If you make a mistake during that time, there's really no...
Yeah, if it's, you want to give yourself time to investigate any issues, because a home on its face, no seller's going to tell you, hey, you know what? The roof leaks here. Yeah. Right? Or these pipes are 100 years old. We never change them. Or, the foundation's really bad. Things like that, they're not going to tell you. They might not even know themselves.
Yeah.
Right? You got to do your inspection. You got to do your due diligence. You need those conditions in your offer.
Yeah.
Right? And another one, financing. You don't know. You don't know if you're going to be able to close on this transaction, or whether you're going to have funds, whether you're going to your top 5 banks, your institutional lenders, your B lenders, whether they'll come through for you, right?
Is that where you come in, where you really help them understand whether they can do this or not?
Yes, right? Well, most people, I would say more than 90% of people, at least in my experience, rely completely on their realtor.
Yeah.
Right? They think that their realtor knows the legal side of it, right? And that's just not what they're licensed for. They have their strengths, absolutely. But you need a lawyer to go in to review the actual legal, because again, it's a legally binding contract.
Yeah.
Right? You will not be able to back out of it once it's firm and it's signed.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure you have a lawyer at least just review it.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Exactly. Right? Take a quick look. Instead of waiting until you've done everything and then submitting it to your lawyer and saying, how about it? It's firm now. Can't do anything about it. Just close the deal. Right? And then the lawyer's to blame, unfortunately, when things go wrong.
Yeah.
Right? And it's frustrating, right? Because we see this all the time. Because, again, like I said, they rely on their real estate agent up until it's done. Right? Yeah. The APS is signed, it's firm, it's done. Then their agent says, okay, go find a lawyer. Right? But that agent should be telling them from day one, hey, let's work with your lawyer.
Yeah.
Right? Let's work together.
It's really interesting that you say that, because Me too. I did not know that a lawyer needed to be there from the beginning. From my understanding, I've always seen just a real estate agent
Yes.
take care of everything. And at the end, you just have the lawyer kind of sign the paperwork or notarize it and send it forward. So this is really interesting to know that you're actually meant to have the lawyer through the entire process when it comes to purchasing a home or selling one.
Exactly. I mean, it's not legally necessary, but
Mm.
it's such a huge investment.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just spend a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
to have your lawyer take a look at it?
Yeah.
You know, it could be the difference between you being stuck with a property you never wanted, right? At least you have some sort of out that's built in there,
Yeah.
right? Something that you can rely on to kind of fall back on, right? Like I said before, like it can look like your dream home on the outside, right? But once you start investigating, so many things could be wrong. But if that offer's firm, you can't back out.
Yeah.
All right?
That is kind of scary.
Exactly. So definitely, number one, don't submit a firm offer.
Without having legal advice, guys, please.
Yes.
What's another mistake that you'd say?
Number two is along those exact same lines, not reviewing that agreement with your lawyer, right? So the first one was actually just submitting
Yeah.
a firm offer, right? The second one is reviewing it. So you want to sit with your lawyer, and the OREO standard form, it's long.
Mm-hmm.
It's legal jargon. It's relatively complicated. I remember myself at like 16, 15 reading them and not having any clue
Yeah.
what it says. I mean,
I still don't understand what it says. So, I mean,
right? And so I wouldn't expect, you know, a normal everyday citizen to understand exactly what you're binding yourself to,
yeah.
right? So come to a lawyer, come to Dhanju Law and have us break it down for you, make it simple for you.
Exactly. People should utilize the tools that are given to them. I
Yes.
think a lot of times we really just shove it under the carpet to get the easy way out, but it's at the end, you're going to trip over.
Yes.
And it's just not worth it.
Yes. And I feel like, especially in our community,
Yeah.
you know,
The shortcuts.
and exactly. And
Yeah.
like, you know, if I can save a couple $100 because I'm going to pay my agent commission anyway, so let them do all the work.
Exactly.
Why am I going to involve the lawyer from the beginning and incur more fees?
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's the mentality, and I hear it day in, day out.
Yeah, no.
Right?
This is why I didn't know that you were meant to have a lawyer review documents, because I just thought the real estate agent would take care of everything.
I've had to convince my own parents. So, right? I had to convince my own parent that, hey, listen, like, we need a lawyer to review this. But then they're like, you know what? You be a lawyer.
Yeah.
So that's why we're here. I've been their quote unquote legal counsel for so many years.
Yeah.
And they're lucky, but not everybody has that.
No, of course, you're right.
Right. And it becomes a whole other thing with commercial properties because the risk is much higher.
Mm-hmm.
The price point is usually much, much higher. It's a bigger risk. And there's just a lot more that goes into due diligence.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to make sure it's all built into your agreement. I've had commercial deals go absolutely insane because things weren't put into the APS. Right? You need to be very specific.
Yeah.
There's multiple tenants. There's title issues. There's so many title issues. Financing is a much bigger issue. I could go on and on.
Do you know, I was at a party last week, right? And there was a guy, and he was like talking about how he's like, real estate lawyers have it easy. They don't even do any work. They just sit there and sign papers. And I was like, I don't think that's entirely true. Like, I think there's more to being a real estate lawyer than just signing documents. But I didn't know what to say to him. In that moment, I was just kind of like, myself, I was like, oh, like, what do real estate lawyers actually do? So, like, these things right here that you're talking about, like, if you didn't do your due diligence and if you didn't do your part, I feel like a lot of the deals would go the wrong way.
You could be on the hook for potentially millions.
Yeah.
Right? Like I said before, just because you didn't know about something which you found out about later doesn't let you just walk away from your transaction.
Yeah.
Right? I had a client come to me recently with a signed APS, right? And maybe a couple weeks before closing, they come to me and they say, you know what? I don't have the money for this. I can't close this. I don't have the money, right? And I don't make that much anyway, so just let them come after me. Word for word, right? But it's like, it's so much more than that. And why would you want to get it to that point?
Yeah.
Right? It's again, such a serious investment. A lot of people make that investment only once in their life, right? You need to think about it. You need to talk to your lawyer. You need to make sure that you're fully prepared to take that step so that you're going into it with confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And it becomes the best day of your life, not the worst.
Yeah.
Right? So no, we don't just sit here and sign papers. There's a lot at stake, right? And these are sometimes the most stressful times of someone's life, right? So we're dealing with that. We're managing those emotions on top of also dealing with the due diligence and everything else. So I wouldn't say it's that simple, but I could be biased.
Maybe because you put too much work in. You have that personal touch when it comes to dealing with your clients. I can tell. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Are there any other mistakes that you feel like people should avoid when it comes to...
Yeah. Another big one is either underestimating or not fully understanding the closing costs, right? People think, hey, okay, APS signed. The purchase price is, let's say, $500,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need $500,000. And that's just not how it works, right? You can't just budget $500,000 and think you're all good to go, right?
Why can't they work like that?
There are so many more costs, right? Number one, land transfer tax.
Oh, wow.
Which you'll always pay, right, on a purchase. And you need to make sure that you calculate that, and that's part of the transaction.
Yeah.
Right? You're paying that. You've got title insurance, right? And title insurance is to protect you. Yeah. I've had clients fight me tooth and nail saying, again, mostly from our community, saying, I don't need that. You did the title search. You know what's going on. We're fine. Right? We don't need insurance. But it's necessary.
Yeah.
Right? Title insurance is what protects you from title issues after closing.
Yeah.
Right? So if the boundary isn't what you were told it was, things like that, that's what you can claim. Right? Otherwise, you can do it out of pocket after closing, but why would you?
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
So it's absolutely necessary, again, right? And there can be costs associated with financing. Right? There's obviously your legal costs. Right. And then there can be unexpected hidden costs that could come up during the course of a closing. Right. And I hear a lot, if some unexpected cost comes up, just tell the seller we're going to reduce the purchase price. Just reduce the purchase price, take it out of there. Right. And it's like, it's not it's firm again.
Yeah,
it's done. That's your price. Anything that additional that you have to pay on top of that. You can't just
take it out.
Take it out of there. That money's going to the seller and it's owed to the seller.
Yeah.
Right. But you want to make sure that you understand before you enter into that deal that whether you have the budget. All right. So a $500,000 deal could be $600,000, $650,000, $700,000. You need to make sure you have that funding.
Yeah.
Lined up before you enter into that deal.
No, you're absolutely right. So see, lawyers don't just sit there and sign paperwork. They actually do work.
I think that might be the theme of this episode. This is a good one.
Yeah.
Not understanding fixtures versus chattels. Now let me ask you, do you know?
Fixtures. Okay, I'm going to pretend like I know. I think chattels are something that you can move and you can transport it. Well, fixtures are...
Let me give you a handle. It's in the name.
It's fixed.
Yeah.
It's fixed.
Exactly.
I was going to say that, but I was like, I don't know if I'm being too...
It's fixed.
Okay, it's fixed.
It's fixed. Right? That's something I learned a long time ago, which consistently has helped me to explain to my clients. is if you take your property and you flip it upside down, whatever falls is a chattel.
Okay.
Whatever doesn't is a fixture.
Wow. Clock that.
Exactly.
I did not even know that you could think of it like that, you know? That's actually really good. That's a good way of thinking it.
Yeah. But if you look at like curtains,
Mm-hmm.
things like curtains, window coverings, light bulbs, people think that's part of the home that's going to stay there. You realize the seller can take that with you.
Yeah.
They can take those things with them,
Yeah.
right? Most people don't. Yeah. They're not insane. But people do, and I've seen it. I've seen people gut a home.
Wow.
And take absolutely everything that can be removed.
Yeah.
With them.
So can this be like talked about in their contract?
Yeah,
because they want to
absolutely address it. Anything that you absolutely want to make sure is included, even things like appliances.
Yeah.
Right? You want to make sure you write that in.
Okay.
And I usually recommend write down the actual brand.
Yeah.
Right? Because I've also, again, seen sellers switch their appliances to a cheaper one.
Okay.
Right? Before closing. And they take the more expensive one, the one that they just put in to sell their home, right? And they take it with them. But there was nothing in the agreement that means that they had to leave it.
Wow. I really did not know that people really did that. Like, they just changed their washing machines and their...
When you've been in real estate as long as I have, you see all of these crazy things.
Oh.
All right? You see, like, I've seen... Just recently, I think it was a couple months ago, I saw a tenant completely gut the home. And this wasn't even actually just like a sale. It was just they had bought the home and assumed the tenant, and the tenant wasn't paying. And at some point, he just gutted the home. He took everything. He took like electrical wiring, light bulbs, chandeliers, fixtures, curtains, absolutely everything, anything of value. Destroy the place and just left. Right? So you see all kinds of characters.
That's actually crazy.
In real estate, right? It's not every transaction is super smooth, but my goal really is to try to foresee those issues.
Okay.
Right? For my clients. Make sure that they're covered for those things, right? And because I've had that experience, because I've seen those things, because I've been there myself many, many, many times.
Yeah.
I know what can go wrong.
Exactly.
Right? I can look at a transaction right away and know, listen, you need to put in this, 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 and this.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Otherwise, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right? Or if there's something that a certain seller or a certain buyer is asking for, I usually know why.
Yeah.
I can usually figure out, hey, I've seen this before. I know why they're asking that. I know what they're wishing for that.
Yeah.
Right? Their underlying goal is usually evident.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are the things that, again, you can benefit from when you have a lawyer on your side, especially one with experience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. This is really educational. Like, I definitely did not know about the fixture thing, that you could literally just strip down the house and just take it with you.
Not necessarily bearable and stripped down, right? Again, anything that actually is a fixture, you can't take it with you, whether it's written in there or not, but you want to make sure your chattel is like what you want to keep.
Yeah.
You write it in there, right? You want to make sure whatever you're trying to keep, whether it's their, washing machine, dryer, whatever it is, they're the kitchen appliances. Make sure you go through every kitchen appliance, honestly, big or small. You cover all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And, or if if you decided that you're going to keep their gazebo.
Yeah.
Right? That was part of the deal. You want to make sure that's written into your agreement.
Okay.
Okay. If it's not in your agreement, it didn't happen. Right? You can cry up and down the block that, hey, he told me that I could keep the gazebo.
Yeah.
Where is it? Where is it written?
Yeah.
Right? If it's not written, it didn't happen.
And when people come to you with these firm documents, you can't do anything about it at that point, right?
There's not much, but there are sometimes ways to, leverage the situation or, convince the other side to make small amendments.
Yeah.
But it's not it's just not guaranteed.
Yeah.
Like, it's not something any lawyer can guarantee, or nor would they, right? Because at that point, again, like I said, it's firm, it's done, right? So if you as a buyer have agreed to whatever, that's what the seller's going to hold you to.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what a court is going to hold you to if it gets to that point, which our goal here is for it not to get to that point. Okay?
Yeah. Any other mistakes that you want to talk about?
Yeah. I think the last one is not planning financing properly. And this ties into really everything we've kind of been talking about, and a lot of what I mentioned before.
Yeah.
Right? Some people just rely on their pre-approval and then go out and enter into a binding deal. Right? But that's, your lender can do all sorts of, credit checks, and they can ask for more information, and they can ask anything they want, right? There's no firm commitment.
Okay. So pre-approval is not firm commitment.
No, I mean, it's not that you need something from them that actually states the terms of the financing, right? And you want to make sure that another thing, and I think mortgage brokers can speak a little bit more clearly on this, that you're not making like a large purchase.
Yeah.
Before you're closing, right? Because your lender, again, can make changes, right? You can lose that financing if they see that you just leased a car or you did something else prior to the closing, right? So you want to be very, very careful. You want to kind of exercise as much caution as possible up until your closing is complete, right? Up until that transaction, up until that transfer is that title is transferred. Okay. So like I said, like, just don't, you want, the main thing really is putting that financing condition in there.
Okay.
Right. So you want to make sure the offer's there, and then you want to be in your due diligence period. You want to take however much time you need, 30 days, 45, more than that if necessary, depending on the type of transaction or the size of the transaction, and get your financing sorted, right? And then if, unfortunately, you're not able to, then at least you can rely on that financing condition to back out of the deal.
And then if individuals come to you beforehand, right, when they're purchasing, these are things that you would guide them through.
Yes.
And make sure that they have all of this sorted.
Yes. So I do things a little bit differently. I'm not going to just do your closing. I want to make sure that you're completely taken care of.
It's a whole package.
Yes. So we do A to Z, right? It's a one-stop shop. We do everything for you.
Yeah.
Right? We can work with your mortgage broker, your real estate agent, whoever else you need us to work with, your accountant, anyone else. We work with them for your benefit. Okay? So we want to make sure everything's resolved.
Perfect.
Right? We review your APS. We can review your financing for you. We can take a look at anything you'd like us to take a look at, so that, again, like I said, you can move confidently towards your new home.
Yeah.
Right. And then we're not going to just fall off the face of the earth when you receive your property, right? Like once you've got this new property and you've moved into it, and I see this a lot with first-time home buyers. They walk into the home and they say, all right, what's next? I've never owned a property before. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Right? What is property tax?
Yeah.
What's a hydro bill? Right? What is that? And how do I pay it? Where do I pay it? Who do I pay it to?
Yeah.
Right? Like, do I pay the city?
Yeah.
Where does the money go? Like, what? They have no idea. And I've had these questions.
I have no idea either. Okay, idea.
Yeah. Like, I get these questions. I recently just had a first-time home buyer ask me again and again questions and questions and questions, or like, why did I get this bill to my property that's dated before my closing? And it's like, hey, that's not your responsibility because it's not during your time of ownership.
Yeah.
So those are things that we can go back to the other side's lawyer to resolve for you.
So what I'm hearing is that you're not only just helping with closing, but you're helping with the anxiety individuals have when it comes to buying a home. Like you're really out there, like supporting them through it, like holding their hand and like, I have your back.
Yes.
And I think in this climate and like this recession that we're in right now, I think this is such a nice time to have that kind of support. Especially I feel like in the GTA, a lot of times lawyers aren't as comforting to talk to. They're a little bit nerve-wracking to kind of have a conversation with. It's scary to have to pick up the phone and, you know, ask for help. So it's really nice to see that there are lawyers out here that really want to help their community and build and give them the confidence that they need to come out stronger, you know?
Absolutely. Right. And a lot of the reason is because I've had those experiences.
Yeah.
Right. I've been in your shoes where you've had a transaction and it just didn't go so well and you didn't get the help that you needed.
Yeah.
You didn't get the support that you needed. Or maybe you just really, like you said, needed somebody to kind of talk you down. Mm-hmm. It's the first time buying a property and you just realize, oh my God, how am I going to do this?
Yeah.
Right. And you call me and you get me. Right. You're not going to get some clerk that will say, I'll call you back. Right. You get me.
Yeah. That's so big, though. To get the principal lawyer on the phone is big.
Right. So if you're having anxiety, if you're scared or worried or something came up.
Yeah.
And you need somebody to kind of talk to you right away, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there. And whether it's during business hours or after hours or on the weekend, honestly, like you shouldn't be surprised if you see me having coffee with a client on the weekend because it's not something out of the ordinary, right? I take my job very seriously. I take my clients very seriously, and I make sure that they understand that. Mm-hmm. And a lot of my clients end up being, you know, friends, like family.
Yeah.
Right? They understand that they can rely on me, and I'm not really going to be billing them just for every single call. Mm-hmm. Right? If they're just calling me for a quick question, it's fine. Right? It's okay. They don't need to be worried to pick up the phone and call me or send me an email.
Yeah.
Right? They're not just another number for me.
That's really big. They're not just another number.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. They're an actual person to you. Oh,
yes, exactly.
So that was really good.
Yeah.
I'm really glad we covered this. I'm hoping anyone that sees this really understands that they need a solicitor or a lawyer to help them through the process of purchasing a home. And it's not just the real estate agent. There's a lot to it, right? Is there anything else that you wanted to add before we hop off?
Yeah. I mean, first of all, I'm glad that you learned something.
Yeah.
Today, right? So as at least I was able to teach one person.
No, you did. I know what a fixture and a chattel is now. Okay, I know for a fact.
Yes, and for everyone listening out there, I hope you guys are able to properly differentiate between a fixture and a chattel now as well, especially when entering into these real estate transactions. But other than that, like it's like I said, these are very common mistakes. They're mistakes that I have made, that most of the people that I've worked with have made at least one of these mistakes. So it's nothing to be ashamed of, right? It's nothing to feel embarrassed about, but absolutely moving forward, you want to make sure you're not making those same mistakes again, right? So contact a lawyer, reach out to Dhanju Law Group, right? We're here for you. We're available for you. You can contact us through our website, through our Instagram, or call me at 416-727-4177. Thank you.
Thank you so much for letting me host this. And I really did learn a lot.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.